Hello everyone, I Ankita welcome you to Ankita's English Diaries, and today I am with a video on difference between can and could. Can and could are the two words that people often confuse between and end up creating a mess in sentences. Can and could are part of modal verbs. What are modal verbs? Modal verbs denote the mode of action denoted by the verb. Okay, verb is an action. Any action that is done in a sentence is a verb. Now, modal verb denotes the mode of action. For example, it can show possibility, it can show ability, permission, request, etc. etc. Modal verb expresses the mode of action that is shown by verb. We have got many modal verbs like can, could, should, must, would, may, might. Now, importance of modal verbs. People often commit serious mistakes in the use of different modal verbs, both in speaking as well as writing. It is because most of the people do not know the certain facts, the difference between these modal verbs, and because they do not use them according to the rule of grammar, so they often create mess. I have often observed many people when they talk to their seniors, if it is with regard to taking any permission, so the wrong use of modal verb often convey wrong regards. It is kind of disrespectful, so a differentiation between modal verbs is important, and so yes, use correct modal verbs and speak flawless English, speak fluent English. So let's begin. Before I start explaining the difference between can and could, here is a short exercise for you. 4 questions are here with appropriate gaps. Fill in can or could. Pause the video, fill the appropriate modal verb, resume the video, and then I'll show you the answers. And these are the correct can or could in the respective or the appropriate gaps. If you have attempted all the sentences correct, so a thumbs up for me. It means that you are pretty clear about can and could. You will further get to know the subtle differences between can and could in the whole video. And at last, there is again an exercise waiting for you to check your knowledge about can and could. And if you have not attempted all the questions correct, or even if not a single question was correct from your side, so no problem, I am here for your rescue. We'll be learning the differences between can and could, the correct use of can and could in different situations and different sentences, and then again there will be an exercise waiting for you to mark all the answers correct. Starting with the use of can has many uses. Can is used to show ability, anything or any task that you can do, any work that is physical or mental that you are able to do or that you know how to do shows your ability to do that task. So can is used to show ability. For example, he can dance flawlessly. I cannot swim in a river, the negative sentence of can. We can also contract can and not, and it becomes I cannot swim in a river becomes I can't swim in a river. Can you speak French? Interrogative sentence. Second use of can is to show possibility. The probability of any action to occur is shown with the use of can. For example, it can rain in the evening. Possibility is there that it can rain in the evening. Possibility is also shown by may and might, please remember. You can win the match. Third use of can is to ask for permission or give permission and to request someone for something. For example, can I ask a question? It's getting late. Can we go home now? And do note here, permission and request, we use can only in case of informal context where you may might you can use this when you are talking to your friends, but when you are using it with some senior person or where you actually have to use formal words, so there the correct use for permission and request, the correct modal verb is could. We will see it further. The last use of can is to offer something someone. When we have some offer, so we use can. For example, can I help you? I can give you lift till the station. So these were the uses of can. Now let us start with the uses of could. The first use of could is to show ability in past. Now observe here, can is used to show ability in present, but to show ability in past we use could. When we want to show any task that we were able to do in our childhood or maybe in any past time, so we use could. For example, I could do headstand in my childhood. He couldn't speak many languages in school. Could and not can be contracted into couldn't. Many people pronounce it couldn't. Please observe, we have got many formats of English. The most common ones and the famous ones are American English and British English. If you follow British English, so it is couldn't, and if you follow American English, so could not contracts into couldn't. Being an Indian, we follow British English, and so we should say couldn't. The second use of could is to show possibility in past. Anything which was probable to occur in some past time, we use could. It could have rained in the evening, but it didn't. If they drove faster, they could have reached home by now. The third use, see here, I told when we use more respectful words, maybe when we are talking to senior or when we have some formal words in our communication, so we use could to give permission or ask for permission or request. Could you spare a few minutes for me? Could I use your notebook, please? See, the first one is showing permission. Second one is showing request with more politeness. We have added please at last. So these were the uses of can and could. Now we will observe the difference in both the modal verbs. The first difference. Can is used to show ability in present, whereas could shows ability in past. Birds can fly. He could swirl on one foot last year. Observe past time I have mentioned. Second difference is can shows possibility in present or future. Could shows possibility in past tense. Ride safely or you can slip in water. He could have played national match. The last difference is the difference in using respectful words or in being more polite. If you are speaking in informal context, we use can for request or permission, but if you are talking with someone in a formal manner or in a more polite manner, we use could. Can I borrow your pen? Could you pass me the keys, please? So these were the differences between can and could. I hope you understood it better. There are not many uses, but uses are very common, but there is subtle difference between can and could. So I hope this table would help you to differentiate between the use of can and could. And so now exercise is waiting for you. Here are 8 sentences. Fill in the gaps with appropriate word, either can or could. Pause the video. Once you are done with it, resume the video and then I'll show you the answers. And the correct answers for these sentences are here in front of you. So this was all about can and could. This is the first video on modal verbs. Next videos would be on the difference between may and might, should, must, shall, will, and so on. Thank you for watching. Share this video with your friends, with your acquaintances, as sharing increases learning. Help your friends to understand the difference between modal verbs. Help your acquaintances in speaking flawless English. Thank you. Have a nice time with learning. And if you have any feedback or any doubt, you may write me down in the comment box. Your feedback words are appreciated and welcomed. You may also write to me at ankitabush2303 at gmail.com. Thank you.